So you just got a brand new NETGEAR router, but OMG, it doesn't cover your whole house. That's why you want a mesh setup. We got the 4-stream Wi-Fi mesh extender with EAX1800 technology, Wi-Fi 6. You already know. We're looking at up to 1.5 times capacity and performance compared to an 802.11 AC extender. We have powerful Wi-Fi where you want it, because if the router doesn't reach, this will help you. And it works with your existing Wi-Fi, so you don't need to get a fancy router to use this. We're looking at fast wireless speeds up to 1.8 gigabits per second, more Wi-Fi for more devices with OFDMA technology, along with a powerful processor at 1.5 gigahertz with quad cores for smooth 4K Ultra HD streaming and gaming. You're going to easily set it up with the Nighthawk app. Wi-Fi 6 supports current and past Wi-Fi technologies, and then we have push and connect using WPS just like any other router. But keep in mind, you're going to need a 2.4 and or a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network with AB, GN, AC, or AX connectivity, along with an internet browser if you want to use the web-based application. So obviously there's always been Wi-Fi extenders, but what's great about having a Wi-Fi mesh extender is basically a mesh network, which is going to work similarly to a cellular network. So when you walk away from one extender or maybe the router, it'll automatically transfer over to the closest signal, which will be this extender if this happens to be the closest one. It'll all happen seamlessly in the background, just like with a cell network, so that way you're always connected all the time no matter where you go. It's like one big network. Pretty cool. We have 4-stream Wi-Fi 6. Increased coverage for your smart home. Strong Wi-Fi signals reach every corner of your smart home, but you're going to need multiple devices if you want that to happen. One Wi-Fi name and smart roaming. Seamless mesh Wi-Fi throughout the home for all your devices. Like I said, it's like one big network. Ultra fast Wi-Fi speeds up to 1.8 gigabits per second. Is your internet that fast? Probably not. Inside the box, we got a quick start guide. 1. Download the Nighthawk app on your phone. 2. Connect. 3. Explore. It's that easy. We have a power adapter, along with the actual Wi-Fi extender itself. Now taking a look at this thing, it's nice matte black and it definitely blend in with everything else in your house. I mean, it's a router and an extender, so it looks cool because it's technology. But over here on the front, we have a bunch of LED lights on the front, including an Ethernet LED, a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi LED, a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi LED, a link rate LED, a WPS LED, and a power LED. Down on the bottom, we have the WPS one-touch button to automatically connect with WPS technology. And then over on the back, this is where all the connectivity is. Up top, we have a reset button so you can completely reset the thing in case something goes horribly wrong. We have 1 gigabit per second Ethernet ports, along with a DC power port. So congratulations, you just unboxed your Wi-Fi mesh extender, and we're gonna go get this thing installed, and then we're gonna come back and put it to the test and see if it actually works as a mesh system. Alright, so I got the extender set up. We have a whole mesh system going on, and I wish I could tell you it was extremely easy, and I guess it was in theory, but actually doing it in practice, it took me 3 different attempts. I had to reset the thing 3 times and start over because it got stuck in the middle and I had nowhere to go. So once I got through that, everything's peachy. So let's take a look at the app. Inside the Nighthawk app, you can tap on the router and you can see the network map. We have the internet going to the router, going to the extender, which is giving us more signal in places the router doesn't reach. We can tap on the extender to switch to extender view. And this is where we can take a look at the extender. So right here, we're looking at the device manager. You can see what devices are connected to the extender itself, although it's not very detailed. Some of them are blank. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But then we can actually see internet speed. So you can check the internet speed that the extender is getting from the router itself, so you can see if you're getting the full connection. Now from the router, we're actually getting about 800 plus megabits per second down and 36 megabits up, with a 7 millisecond ping. Now remember, going through an extender, you're going to be losing some of that speed. So let's see what we're actually getting in the real world. Okay, as you can see, we're only getting about 260 megabits per second down, which is about a fourth of what we're getting on the router itself from the 1000 megabits per second now we're supposed to be getting from the internet company. But we got the full 35 megabits per second up and a 9 millisecond ping, so it's definitely not too bad. Although, in practice, I tried it out on my TV on Netflix, and I did notice things were loading a tad bit slower than when they were connected directly to the router. So there is a bit of a delay when you're going through the extender, which is weird because based on the ping, it should be exactly the same. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but keep that in mind. Now let's go back. we could take a look at the network map, which is basically just the router and the extender, and you can see all your extenders if you have multiple ones installed. And then you have Wi-Fi settings so you can see the networks, and if you want to do a mesh setup, you're gonna have the network names exactly the same as the ones from the router with the exact same passwords. That way, no matter wherever you move through your house, it automatically moves to that different access points, so you get the fastest connection possible and the best signal possible, just like when you have a cell phone tower and you move to a different one. Pretty much the same thing going on in theory. And granted, it's working pretty good because the router does not make it into this studio, but with the mesh setup of the extender outside of this room, it makes it in here. And that is a very good question. I'm glad you brought it up. How fast is this actually outputting speed to my devices in the real world? Well, first things first, right out of the box, right when I had it set up, I was really appalled by the speeds I was getting. For download speeds, I was getting between 20 and 50 megabits per second, getting about 2 bars of signal out of 3, which was pretty bad. I was like, geez, I thought this was supposed to extend 1,500 square feet. I'm only like 200 square feet away from this thing. It should be going super fast. I should be getting the max 250 plus megabits down. I was getting 35 up though, so that's good. But now I figured out the problem. I did adjust the channel settings inside the router settings on the internet, because the app you can't do that. So you had to go in the advanced settings on the router website. You know how to do that 196.168.1.1 login. And now, if we do a speed test, you're gonna be very surprised at what we get. Let's get connected. We got an 8 millisecond ping, and would you look at that? We're getting 180 megabits per second down right now. That's a lot more than 20 to 50. And upload speed, we passed the 35 mark, which is theoretically the max, and now we came back down and we're right under 35 right here. We're maxed out on upload speed. Very nice speeds looking at right here. And if you look at the top right of my phone right here, we do have full bars of signal from the Wi-Fi extender coming from the router. Very nice. Let's do one more test to see if we can get a benchmark. Maybe it was just a fluke, you know? Anything could happen. 9 millisecond ping, we are up here. Ooh, we went to 190 for a second. Now, off camera, I was getting the max of around 250 megabits per second down. So, you know, depending on where you are, depending on how many people are connected, drawing internet connectivity from this extender, you will get different speeds. But I am very impressed that we're getting 170. Granted, it's not the 800. Granted, it's not the 400 that I was getting from the router. But, you know, it's definitely usable, definitely doable. It's a lot better than 20 to 50, I'll tell you what. So I'm pretty impressed with this. It's working well. It's like having a cell phone network in your house. You walk around, you automatically connect to the closest access point, and you get really good speeds. Good ping, good latency, everything's looking good. You just have to go tweak the settings in the router settings on the website to make sure you get the best experience. And if that doesn't work, then I guess you're just out of luck and you're gonna have to get one for every room of your house. I guess it is what it is, but right now I'm actually enjoying it so far. It's working a lot better than I was expecting it, because I was pretty disappointed when I saw 20 to 50. But now, 170, it's alright by me.